What if the change in your pocket is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Today, we're revealing Australia's top 4 ultra-rare coins, hidden treasures with jaw-dropping values, rich history, and shocking rarity. Stay with me to the end, you could be holding a fortune without even knowing it. The Australian 50-cent coin first made its debut in 1966, originally made of 80% silver. Due to rising silver prices, that version was quickly pulled from circulation. From 1969 onwards, the coin was redesigned into a more iconic dodecagon shape, 12-sided, with a copper-nickel composition, and that's where our 1976 edition comes in. 1976 wasn't a year known for high drama in coin minting, or so most people think. In reality, it was a year of subtle anomalies and minting quirks. Around 43 million 50-cent coins were officially minted in 1976, but hidden among them are rare varieties, including off-centered strikes, double bars, and even coins with missing details or minting errors that make collectors go wild. What makes some of these 1976 coins skyrocket in value is the presence of these minting mistakes, which occurred during the striking process. These rarities are almost impossible to fake and are in extremely limited supply. Value, big numbers and rarity. Now for the moment you've been waiting for, the value. A standard circulated 1976 50-cent coin might fetch between $1 and $5, depending on condition. But error coins? That's a completely different story. A verified 1976 50-cent off-center strike has sold for up to $800. A coin with a rare double bar behind the emu can go for $1,000 to $2,500, and that's just the beginning. Some high-grade proof-like or uncirculated errors have been valued at over $10,000 in private auctions and collector forums. Collectors are always on the hunt for these gems, and demand is growing every year. The rarer the variety and the better the condition, the higher the price climbs. That coin in your pocket or old coin jar could be your golden ticket. Oh Utiro, keep them watching. So, next time you come across a 1976 50-cent coin, don't dismiss it as pocket change. Examine it carefully, check for unusual features, and do your research. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. If you want to know exactly how to identify the rarest versions of this coin, and where to sell them for top dollar, don't miss our next video. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've ever found a coin you thought was worthless, but turned out to be a hidden treasure. The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 during the switch from pounds to decimal currency. It featured the iconic platypus design by Stuart Devlin, a symbol of the nation's unique wildlife. But fast forward to 1973, and something unusual happened. The Royal Australian Mint produced a significantly lower mintage of the 20-cent coin that year, only around 2 million were struck, a dramatic drop compared to other years. To put that in perspective, many other years saw mintage numbers exceeding 20 million. That makes the 1973 20-cent coin one of the lowest minted circulation coins in the series. Why the short run? Some theories suggest lower public demand or a surplus from the previous years. Whatever the reason, this created the perfect storm for a modern-day rarity that collectors now chase with unmatched intensity. Rare variants, where the big value lies. Now, let's get to the jaw-dropping part, the value. A circulated 1973 20-cent coin in average condition might only be worth $5 to $30. But hold on, if you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition, we're talking $500, $1,000, even $5,000 or more. These top condition coins are extremely scarce, and when they pop up in auctions, they trigger bidding wars. But it doesn't end there. Some ultra-rare proof coins or specimen strikes from 1973, especially those with minting errors, like clipped planchets, double strikes, or off-center issues, have been privately valued at $10,000 to $20,000, depending on the error and condition. Let that sink in. One small coin from 1973, possibly worth more than your last vacation. Conclusion, keep them hooked and lead to next video. So, the next time you spot a 20-cent coin, look closely. That dull gray metal might actually be a hidden jackpot. Check the date. If it says 1973, stop everything you're doing. You could be holding on to one of the rarest decimal coins in Australian history. Want to know how to identify these coins like a pro? How to grade them? Where to sell them for maximum profit? Then make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and stick around for the next video. We're diving deep into identifying error coins, collector tips, and how to turn pocket change into real wealth. The 1966 10-cent coin was introduced as part of Australia's switch from pounds, shillings, and pence to decimal currency. The coin features a stunning image of a superb lyrebird, designed by Stuart Devlin. It was part of the very first wave of decimal coins minted, making it a foundational piece of Australia's modern currency system. What most people don't know is that two separate mints were used in 1966, the Canberra Mint and the London Mint, Royal Mint, UK. Both struck 10-cent coins, but here's where it gets exciting. The London Mint coins are known to have subtle differences, and rare varieties. Millions of 10-cent coins were produced in 1966, but only a tiny fraction contain errors, unique strikes, or were part of collector sets. These are the ones collectors go absolutely crazy for. Rare variants and value, the treasure within. Let's talk about what makes some of these coins incredibly valuable. Most circulated 1966 10-cent coins are worth around $2 to $5, depending on where. But coins in uncirculated or mint condition can easily reach $50 to $150. But that's just the beginning. Now here's where it gets wild. Error coins from 1966 have sold for thousands. We're talking off-center strikes, $500 to $3,000. Clipped planchets, up to $1,500. Double obverse or reverse errors, over $5,000. And the rarest of all, proof errors or coins struck on the wrong planchet, some valued at $20,000 to $100,000 by private collectors and auction houses. These ultra-rare coins are often hidden in old collections, passed down through generations, or sitting unnoticed in drawers or jars. Tiro, urgency and CTA. So next time you see a 1966 10-cent coin, don't ignore it. Examine it. Flip it. Look closely. It could be a common coin, or a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worth tens of thousands. Want to know how to spot those rare traits? Which mint marks or features boost the value? And where to sell your treasure for top dollar? Then don't miss the next video. Like, subscribe, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? That little 10-cent piece in your hand could be your ticket to an unexpected fortune. Let's rewind the clock to 1970. Just a few years after Australia transitioned to decimal currency, the 5-cent coin had become a staple in everyday transactions. Featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the iconic echidna on the reverse, both designed by Stuart Devlin, the coin was simple, practical, and mass-produced. In 1970, over 12 million 5-cent coins were minted. That sounds like a lot, right? But what collectors hunt for aren't the regular coins, it's the rare errors, proof strikes, and ultra-high-grade coins that are nearly impossible to find today. Why? Because 1970 was a year where subtle mistakes and hidden rarities occurred, creating coins so scarce that just a few known examples have ever surfaced. Rare variants and value, where the money is. Now, let's talk about the real treasure, the value of these rare 1975-cent coins. A circulated 1975-cent coin in average condition? That might get you about $1 to $3. But when you get into uncirculated territory or proof sets, things heat up quickly. A pristine coin can sell for $50 to $300. Still sounds modest? Here's where it gets exciting. Coins with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or missing details, have sold for $500 to $5,000, depending on the severity and condition. A double obverse or wrong planchet error can skyrocket to $10,000 or more. And if you're lucky enough to find a 1975-cent proof error or a coin struck on a foreign planchet, those have been known to be extremely rare, and insiders estimate their worth to be $50,000 to over $100,000, especially if graded by experts like PCGS or NGC. That's right, a single 5-cent coin from 1970 could end up being more valuable than a luxury car or even a deposit on a house. Outiro, urgency, curiosity and CTA. So before you toss aside that little 5-cent coin, check the date. If it says 1970, take a closer look. That small piece of metal might be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Want to know how to identify the rarest varieties? What markings to look for? And where to sell your coins for top dollar? Then don't miss the next video, like, subscribe, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or think you might have one. You never know, your tiny 5-cent piece could turn out to be a 6-figure jackpot.